Please join me in congratulating 8 over 80 winner, Kate.
Just one quick little story that I think sums up a lot of things. When we had the pleasure to help raise some money to buy some land for the Northeast Research Farm that's up close to Nashua. And looking at 20 counties that we were working with at that time, all the townships in those 20 counties, so we tried to have a volunteer go out and raise money from each township. And one of my favorites was in Butler County. The fellow went to town to buy some supplies on the way home, about 2 miles from home. He saw a neighbor that he hadn't met yet, that was a retired farmer living in an old farmstead. So he thought he'd pull in and stop and talk. And he proceeded to tell him about raising money for buying land for the experimental research farm. And he went on for quite a while, apparently, and asked the farmer if he wouldn't like to donate. Well, he says, I've rented my land out, and I really don't think I'm going to probably use that information much more. And they finished planting the tree that they had been planting together, and got the tree planted. And our volunteer asked this retired farmer, are you going to see this tree mature? And after what seemed like a long time, he walked in the house and got his checkbook. So looking down the road a ways is good. Thank you very much.
I've had a blessed life, but an organization like this that we can celebrate a gift that the Lord's given us. So I want to say thank you, especially to Viridian. There's a lot of Viridian people here, so I'm going to say thank you for this special award. Amen.
Congratulate Donald Frazier.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? Wave if you can. No, I said wave if you can't. I was speaking to a group at my high school reunion one time, and I got through, and one of the classmates came up and said, Don, you sure look great up there, but I couldn't hear a word you said. Well, I am deeply honored to be selected as one of the 8 over 80. I can't tell you how proud I am. There are a lot of people I need to thank, starting with the selection committee. I appreciate your selecting me, and this is an honor that I'll cherish forever. And I also want to thank the 3 sponsors. I've worked at remembering these. Western Home Community, right? Cedar Valley Hospice, and Community Foundation of Northeast Iowa. How do I do? Okay, good. And then there's the Waterloo-Cedar. I certainly want to thank them. When Melody called me some time ago, she said, Don, you've been selected at 8 over 80, and we're having a banquet on the 16th of June. I said, 16th of June? You know, if you could postpone that 1 week, to the 23rd, we'll be able to celebrate that and my 91st birthday. She was very solicitous, but she said, Don, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And then Lisa, where's Lisa? Lisa, hi Lisa. Bless her heart, she did such a good job of keeping us appraised of all the things that were going on. She called me last week to tell me about today. She said, we'll have our luncheon, and then we'll have a video of you, and then we'll give you the award, and you can speak a few words. And I said, good, that's a few words. I've been working on that, and I've cut it from 30 minutes down to 40 minutes. 40 minutes to 30 minutes. But anyway, I will try to be brief. I'm talking about the Courier, and they are doing a great job of recognizing the people of our age. Also, one person I forgot to mention that I want to thank is my wife, Phillips, over here in the blue. She nominated me. Now that may sound like it's a little prejudiced, but there's a certain risk, in fact, risk involved in that, because now and then, not very often, but now and then, when I wouldn't quite toe the mark, she threatened to withdraw the nomination. And bless her, I've made it this far, I'm not going to get it back now. I did wonder if I was being recognized, because when I got to table number 6 over here, there was no packet. There was one for Tom DeLong, and I wanted to give that back, but they wouldn't take that back. So if there's somebody sitting at a table that has a packet that says Don Frazier, Donald A. Frazier, that's mine. So in closing, I want to again thank you for the honor. I feel that I have given to the community, but I have received much more in return. And so, if they should have another 9 over 90, or should say another, and I would be lucky enough to be selected, then maybe I'll see all of you back here in the future. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Don, you are a tough act to follow. I would like to express thank yous first to the Waterloo Courier and the staff for this event, the luncheon, and also sponsoring the 8 over 80 event. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the forever longtime friend, Julie Canuck, who nominated me. Bless her, and it was a surprise phone call from her, and I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. I want to thank, and Vern, thank you for joining us today too. And I want to thank my family, my husband Lauren, my 3 daughters, Ann Flatness, Laura Hefty, and Sue Trunk. They've given me a lot of support and help with my adventures. Thank you. Thank you, granddaughter Cindy, for joining us today. Thank you to my PEO friends. Surprise, thank you for coming. Absolutely wonderful. It's amazing watching these ladies embrace raising dollars for scholarships. Absolutely awesome. Thank you to my quilters in the back and bridge players. Thank you for coming. Former board members from Hawkeye Community College that came too. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to say congratulations to the other 8 over 80 that are being recognized today. I'm very honored to be here with you.
Congratulations to Stan and Bev McCadam.
Well, we kind of worked out in advance. Okay. Yes, dear. I'm going to go right to my notes. It's not quite amen. Thank you. This was such a surprise, totally unexpected. And there are so many in our community doing the same and more. It is humbling. Trying to help others, as so many do, has its own rewards. You do have a good feeling that maybe you did help somebody along the way. Thank you.
And I would like to add to that some special thanks, of course, to the Courier for their nomination and selection and for this lovely event. We're very grateful. We also would like to say thank you to Ellen Vanderloo, our nominator. Ellen's a tremendous volunteer in her own right. She just isn't 80. She has a few more years to go. And another thing, thank you, Courier. Now the whole world knows for sure we're over 80. And finally, we'd like to thank our daughter and granddaughter, two members of our family who could be here today. And actually, even they have to leave in a few minutes to catch a plane because they're going on a trip. Everybody else is on a trip. So, thanks. And finally, thank you to so many of our friends. We're very humbled and very honored by this whole thing. And by your presence has really made it lovely. Thank you.
Well, until I was 12, my parents and I lived at my grandparents' hotel, which was a half a block from the Regent Theater, right there on Main Street. And I remember vaguely at the age of 3 taking tap dancing lessons in what is now called the Dairy Room on the 3rd floor. And also being in a fashion show on the stage about the same time. In 7th grade, a friend and I sang a duet in a radio talent show emanating from the stage of the theater. And I remember the wonder of seeing Snow White in 1937 and having to sit on the arm of the seat so that I could see. There were 5 films shown every week during those days, and I saw almost all of them. My friends and I would play dress up and put on shows in the big banquet hall, which existed in the hotel in those days. So you see, I've been playing on Main Street all my life. Majoring in theater in college and teaching English, speech, and drama for 33 years in the local public schools kept me engaged in the magic of the stage right up to the beginning of our local community theater. So 84 of my 87 years have been blessed with the input, imagination, and talent of hundreds of creative souls and all the things they've taught me. During that time, I was equally blessed with a wonderful husband, 3 sons, 5 grandchildren, and 6 great-grands. And when I look around and see familiar faces that have come here today, I know why much of my life I wondered why I was so lucky, so blessed. And I found the answer in the story of Abraham in Genesis, who learned that he was blessed to be a blessing. And that's what we're all called to, isn't it? To look around and see where our gifts, our presence, our energies can do the most good for our society, for our global society. So it is with much gratitude that I received this honor today. I haven't been told specifically who is responsible beyond the Waterloo Courier and the Waterloo-Cedar Falls Courier, but I do know Ruth Ratliff and John Luzich and Larry Cardeman deserve thanks, as do all those ancestors who provided me with the genes that got me to 80 and beyond. And to my friends and fellow enthusiasts, it is a delight to share this moment with you. Thank you all for being here and making this day so special.
Congratulations and
You know, I would like to thank everyone that has made this possible for me, because I see a lot of people that came out to support me. You know, through the years, no one said it would be easy being a teacher, but it was very rewarding. And I always felt that teaching it offers benefits to the future. And I think you can't get a better profession than that. And you know, I have enjoyed children so much. And I not only worked with the children, but when I'm into the community, if I saw a need, I would always step up, or someone would get me involved. Like if you remember the Terran Moorhead baby in the community, they got me, we worked and raised money for the baby. We raised money, I helped raise money for other things. You know, I enjoy helping people. And I hope we can send this message out into the world. And when I moved to Waterloo, you know, it was a new start. I grew up in a very small town in which we did things like, we left Leland, Mississippi, and we went to Washington, D.C., toured the Capitol, but it was a small school. The children now don't enjoy pajama parties. But I did. And you know, it was so many things small that we could do. And you know, I look back at it and I look at the children now, I see some of the children and they know me, but I can't recognize them. I say, identify yourself. I don't let them try to get me to guess. And you know, the things that I've done, it's been very rewarding, and I want to appreciate everything that was given. I want to thank Lil Thomas for nominating me for this award, and I want to thank the committee for picking me, and I want to thank the community for supporting me as I went through and doing my job, which was helping America's future resources. Thank you.
It's heck to get old, and Ron's finding that out. He's 3 years older than me. Yeah, our birthdays are a day apart, but 3 years. I would like to say that 71 years ago, about this time of year, I was a 4-H'er in Indiana. I was 9 years old. I was at my first county fair. We, of course, raised sheep at our house, and we had to have sheep projects in our family. And I was scared to death. I was not very big. My sheep were almost as big as me. And at our county fair back then, we didn't have a nice show ring where you showed your livestock in, and if they got away from you, somebody's gonna help catch them. No. The sheep exhibitors and the beef exhibitors showed right outside the building, on the grass, in the lawn, under the trees. And I believe that my sheep didn't get away then, but that was the start of my love of 4-H. Also, I would like to, and I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be standing up here in front of my family, friends, co-workers, and receive this prestigious award. I want to introduce my family that's here. My oldest son, Doug, and his wife, Tammy. Would you please stand? They're from Adel, Iowa. My daughter, Deb, is here. And she lives here in Waterloo with her husband, Chris. They come and help us with chores every morning and every night. Also support with my co-workers back at table 24. They all showed up today. I would like to thank the Courier, and Bob Brown was on the committee to help choose these. He was a dear friend when I worked at the National Bank of Waterloo for 35 years. Thank you all, the Courier. Extension people that are here. They're dear to my heart. I've known all you people forever. And I can truthfully say that for 70 years of my life, I have worked with Extension in one way or another. I love you all. Hope to see you at the State Fair coming up. And my neighbor, Eleanor Meyerhoff, who is my mentor, my friend. These people here at this table, Diane Wolf, and these other people that are friends, have been friends, over 80 people over here. Of course, when you've lived 80 years, you've met an awful lot of people and worked with an awful lot of people. Thank you, thank you, thank you from deep in my heart for this award. Now I'm going to turn it over to my husband. I don't know what he's got to play.
I let my wife do all the speaking. I just follow along, and whatever she says, I go along with it. Until she gets home, then I have to have it straightened out. My dad told me, and he's had the most influence on my life probably than anybody. And he told me one time I was cut out to be a speaker, I just showed up with him. I think he's right, so I'm not going to take much time. What I like to mention about most anything, I used to say I had 3 loves in my life. First of all, was the family. Second were the Hampshire sheep, and Iowa State. They were tied for second. And I served, starting my 33rd year in the County Congress Board, and that's my 4th love. And truly it is. Yeah, we've had some struggles, we're still struggling, but we're hanging in there. I'd really like to thank the people that were involved in this. I know my daughter was one, along with some other neighbors and some members from the County Congress Board. And I've paid attention in the past, and the write-ups in the Courier about the recipients of the 8/80, and I never dreamt that I'd be one of them, because there's some really sharp people, including those that were in today. So Dad said I was cut out to be speaker, so I'm wrong, so I'm going to quit.